are just incidental. The problem exists because white people think they're better than black people, and they want to oppress us, and they want us to allow ourselves to be oppressed.
This is the I agree with you perfectly. This is the basic problem.
Then what do you
that white people think they're better than others?
I can't solve the problem. You guys pull the strings that close schools. You guys draw the boundaries that keep our kids restricted to the ghetto. You guys write up the restrictive covenants that keep us out of houses. So it's up to you to talk to your brothers and your sisters and persuade them that they have a responsibility. We've assumed ours for over 400 years, and we're tired of this kind of stuff now. We're not going to suffer patiently anymore. No more turning the other cheek. No more blessing our enemies. No more praying for those who despitefully use us. We're going to show you that we've learned the lessons you've taught us. We've studied your history, and you did not take over this country by singing "We Shall Overcome." You did not gain control of the world like you have it now by dealing fairly with a man and keeping your word. You're treaty breakers, you're liars, you're thieves, you rape entire continents and races of people. Then you wonder why these very people don't have any confidence or trust in you. Your religion means nothing. Your law is a farce, and we see it every day. You demonstrated it in Alabama, and I can say you because you're part of the whole system. You profit from it. In fact, you make your living from it. You couldn't walk around and talk to people, stand up in your pulpit on Sunday and preach nice little songs and say, now we're going to give thanks to the Lord for he is good and old Jesus be among us. As far as we're concerned, your Jesus is contaminated, just like everything else you tried to force upon us is contaminated. Well, so you can have him. And here's what I'll say. I wish you would follow Jesus like we followed him. Because if you did that, then we'd be in charge tomorrow. I think the problem is so bad that we can have no understanding at all.
You think it's gotten to the point where there can never be that reconciliation?
No. You talk about justice, and it means one thing to you, and we talk about it and it means something else to us. And it'll always be that way.
With a Donald Trump presidency, we will finally evict all of these illegal aliens that are coming here and stealing jobs from Americans. If you break into my house, should I just accept you because you washed my dishes and made my beds? I say no. I say you need to go back and come back in the right way.
So is that what the Indians should have told white Americans?
Absolutely. Ask Cochise if border control is important.
Because the original illegal alien are European white folk in America.
Agreed.
And so should the Indians stand up today and say deport all white folks back to Europe?
Well, should we learn something from their mistake? Because we are here now.
Or should you learn something from their compassion to give other people an opportunity like was given to you and your ancestors?
So the bill has hit Governor Abbott's desk and has been signed by Governor Abbott. Basically, the anti-sanctuary city bill has been passed and is now law. And what that bill says is that if local law enforcement or state police view a criminal activity afoot, they make a stop on that state crime, and then they can inquire into the status of an individual's residence. Are they a lawful U.S. citizen? Are they here with a green card? Are they a permanent resident alien? Or are they here illegally without documentation? And if they are here illegally without that documentation, then the feds can get involved and then they can take it from there. I think this is a fantastic law. It is time to start enforcing the laws that are on the books instead of the state and local officials legislating from their own little tiny offices.
It's an awful law because it's nothing more than a legal way for law enforcement to racially profile Mexicans and Hispanics. This law was written into existence by Governor Abbott to specifically go after a said group of demographics here in the state of Texas. Secondly, it is awful that we want to call them illegal immigrants to the point to where if a cop does not do his job according to this law, he can be charged and arrested, and the cities can be given a $25,000 fine per day. Well, we'll put a cop in jail for not asking about his immigrant status, but we won't put cops in jail for shooting and killing unarmed black people.
That's not true, and that's way too far of a step. Murder is against the law.
Yeah, but it's not against the law when you kill black people and you're a cop. See, the problem in America and in state
What about the Dallas case where that cop was just charged with murder?
Because there was video to show he was absolutely lying.
So you can't make these broad statements. It's just simply not true.
Often there's video, ma'am, where we are killed by cops and nobody ever goes to jail. Ask Eric Garner's family that. Ask the family right there in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Brother Alton Sterling's family.
But your
they're not getting justice. So video don't mean nothing for us. But let's get back to the immigrants. I would say to the Hispanic and Mexican community, what you got to do now, hook up with the black community and unite in political power. Because if Mexicans and black people unite in Texas, we can control the governor, we can control the lieutenant governor, and we can control politics in Texas, period. I'm saying to Latino brothers and sisters, don't fight them by yourself. If you hook up with black people and we unite, I'm telling you, we can run Texas and then pass laws to deal with those who hate us.
You're advocating for criminal activity, Cornell. These people are not here lawfully. They need to do what our ancestors did, what many Mexicans have done.
No, wait a minute.
Many, don't interrupt me.
Your ancestors came here illegally. Wasn't nothing legal about your ancestors.
Listen.
They came illegally and they murdered, they raped, they pillaged a whole race of people. This country, Texas, Arizona, California, belongs to Mexicans.
Cornell, get back
it was
to the
stole from them.
You
so
tell me to get back to the point.
They came here illegally.
You're not being fair to me here. You say stay on topic. I say, okay, we'll stay on topic. And then as soon as we start talking about illegal immigration, you go back to the black issue. Let's stay on topic.
Your ancestors are the master illegal immigrants.
Give me the opportunity to respond in that, you know what, we're all Americans here. And if you are here legally, absolutely, then we need to come together and we need to pass good laws for enforcing the law.
Well, perhaps the Native Americans should have passed laws against your ancestors.
In this episode, we'll be watching videos of disrespectful white interviewees who go ahead and try to shame, they go ahead and try to frustrate or to intimidate their black interviewees. But at the end of it all, they end up being humbled by intelligent black people that they are interviewing. Now, without wasting any time, let's get to watch the clips, and then thereafter we'll come back here and have a brief discussion. If at all you'll enjoy the video, then please give it a thumbs up and also consider supporting the channel by subscribing.
Your white skin is so beautiful. Why do you go to the beach and burn yourself to a crisp trying to get brown if it's so wonderful to be white? And if you love your thin lips, why are you going to the doctor getting collagen injected and telling me my lips are too big? Don't, you know, that's my thing. That trips me out. Whenever, you know, white girls come to me, oh, your butt is so big. And it's like, well, why do you go get on that stair stepper at Holiday Health Spa trying to get your butt as big as mine? If being white is so wonderful, I don't understand why all these white teenagers don't stay white.
I was brought up in, quote, Bedford-Stuyvesant in my time. But I would like to say what scares us is I think we hear violence.
The young lady said she's afraid of violence. And isn't it sad that we who have been the victims of so much violence, now whites fear violence from us? We do not have a history of killing white people. White people have a history of killing us. See? And what you fear, may I say this, sir? What you fear, and it's a deep guilt thing, that white folks suffer. You are afraid that if we ever come to power, we will do to you and your fathers what you and your people have done to us. And I think you are judging us by the state of your own mind, and that is not necessarily the mind of black people.
Very simple answer to one question. Do you hate all white people?
I don't think it's a fair question. The white man doesn't even come into my attitude. Mr. Muhammad teaches us to love our own kind and let the white man take care of himself. For a white man today, sir, after kidnapping millions of black people from Africa, stripping them of all human characteristics and relegating them to the role of chattel or cattle or animals, commodity, merchandise that could be bought and sold at will, and then 100 years since the Emancipation Proclamation, using every type of deceptive method to further us into slavery, called second-class citizenship, I think that it would take a whole lot of nerve for white people today to ask Negroes, do they hate them?
Okay.
If you had the chance to stand up in front of the white community and say anything you desired, say to him, understand me, white man, what would you say?
I would say, understand yourself, white man, that the white man's burden should not have been preached in Africa, but it should have been preached among you. That you need now to civilize yourself. You have moved to destroy and disrupt. You have taken people away. You have broken down their systems. and you have called all that civilization. And we who have suffered at this are now saying to you, you are the killers of the dreams. You are the savages. Yes, it is you who have always been uncivilized. Civilize your...
From the look of things, the main reason why such kind of journalists do not want to be corrected, or they do not want to accept the reality of things, or the main reason why they are trying to humiliate their interviewees, first of all, I think it's because of white supremacy. These are journalists who have some white supremacist beliefs, and according to them, they somehow believe that they are more superior than black people. Therefore, they see the need to humiliate, or rather to frustrate, these black people, which shouldn't be the case, because as far as the truth is concerned, then race or the color of your skin does not dictate your superiority. Just because you're white does not make you better than me. Just because you're white, it does not make you better than people of color or better than a black person. That should not be the case. But apparently these people just happen to be white supremacists. And come to think of it, white supremacists do thrive so much in the fields where by the truth is not in the light. They do thrive well in fields whereby lies are upheld, in fields whereby lies have been spread so much, and these lies have very deep roots. These are lies that have been peddled using the mainstream media, peddled using the government, peddled using various systems or various institutions that have been put in place to make sure that these narratives are peddled all over. For example, the narrative that blacks are inferior. This is a narrative that has been pushed for so long. The mainstream media, schools are teaching our children that black is bad and white is good. They're teaching our kids that Jesus was white and Satan is black. Now, I don't have any problem with Jesus being white, but why should Satan be black? With no proof at all, they do claim that evil is black. So those are such things that do make black people to feel inferior, and they do train our kids to start feeling inferior at very early ages. But it's quite satisfying to see that there are various black individuals out there who go ahead and humble such kind of people. I'm talking about the likes of Minister Louis Farrakhan. That's a guy who goes ahead and humbles so many white supremacists. Now, at the time of watching that video, it's so satisfying because I am now feeling like there is a black person out there who is disapproving white people. A black person is out there existing who is calling out white supremacists for what it is. And that should be the case for you and me. That should be the case for you and I. Because at the end of the day, these people are not better than you. You know, at the end of the day, they may peddle all the lies in the world, but one thing will always stand. There are three things that you can never hide, and you can never be successful at hiding. First, it's the sun. Second, the moon. And third, the truth. There is no single day that you can be successful in hiding the truth. Eventually, the truth will come out. And right now, in 2025, the truth is coming out. The truth is coming out clear, and it's now clearer more than ever. Black people are now realizing the potential that they have always had. And this is what is keeping these white folks in panic mode. They are really panicking. And come to think of it, the panic is just coming from the fear that they have. Those interviewees who have humbled these white people, they're just people who did hold up the mirror to these white supremacists. They held up the mirror to these white oppressors, and when the white oppressors saw the mirror, or when they looked into the mirror, they did not like the reflection, and that's why they're panicking. They've realized that they used their power, they've used their system to oppress others, and right now they think that now that black people are rising into power, they think that blacks will also use the same power to frustrate them, which is not the case, because at the end of the day, I know black people are not bad individuals. I know black people are people who are principled, and they cannot misuse power the way white people have been misusing power. Right now, today more than ever, we are seeing white people playing victim, and if at all you've watched those videos, then I believe you've seen and you know what I'm talking about. You know, black folks are so intelligent, and that's a fact that they have really tried to eliminate. They have really tried to eliminate that fact from books, but from the look of things, you've seen white people being humbled in these videos, and that proves to you that these people are way smarter than these white interviewees that are really white interviewers that are interviewing them. Anyway, having said that, black people are more intelligent. I just want to be ending the video there, because all I've said are just my thoughts. Please let me know what your thoughts are concerning all these that's going on, all these that we've just watched, and I'll be glad to read your comments. Otherwise, I'd just like to end the video at this point. I hope to be seeing you in the next video, and if at all you've not yet subscribed, then I wonder, what are you still waiting for? Please subscribe.